Alright, so this is a little technique that I kind of stumbled upon, and it's really cool. It's very interesting. It's basically a way to basically make infinite presets for like keys, anything that sounds like a sound font, kind of like what I just demonstrated. So we could hit this random button here. We can just find things we like and use those. So to really get this set up, right, we're just gonna go for an init preset, and it's actually very simple. So I like to start with the envelope here, and go ahead, bring the sustain down and the K down. See how this sounds. Alright, that is just a sine wave, or saw wave. And we're just going to keep it here. And we're just going to go to here and go to random amplitudes. Alright, we got a bunch of this stuff, but it's a little noisy. This kind of stuff is really cool sometimes. But let's control that a little bit. So, go down to the filter, and we could go down to the cone, and just use the default. Let's crank up the resonance, and turn up the key tracking. Bit more plucky, bit more going on. Okay, we can make this more interesting. Let's add some high-end back a little bit. Adjust the cutoff. Alright, let's go and do some cool things with the LFO1. Let's put this on here. And we're just going to turn this into an envelope. And set the 8th notes. Bring this down. Alright, we could do something really cool. So a lot of sound font files, right, they're just looping a section of a audio file, and they're just going back and forth and sweeping through it. We can kind of replicate here with another LFO, and we're just going to crank up to either 32 or 16. Let's do 32. And we're just going to drop it on the random. And we're going to bring this down, and we're going to make this really small. Down to 16 maybe? Another thing we could do, because we have it on an LFO, it's really small, very small details of the sound will change a lot. So if we actually turn it on and make stereo, watch what happens. Sounds really cool. So go ahead and add some delay. I like to set it to dotted eighths because that sounds really nice. And we might as well add some bit crushing. Oh, down sample. I always get this too confused. We can also just play around with this a little bit and change it to the opposite end. Different vibe. We don't necessarily need to use a comb filter, and we can go ahead and use just like anything really. this is, we could just use a bandfast and key track it. Another thing we could try, try the flange. And we can always go through and change the entire vibe of the sound, just hitting this button. Try some modal stuff. Go back to our tone. Another thing we could do, we could add some white noise into the mix here. Turn on the sample. Let's adjust that a little bit. So turn down the level, turn on envelope 2, and bring that down. Bring down the decay. Make it really short and get some attack to it. You can also try big noise. Big noise is really nice. Another thing to add some width is to add some more unison voices. But we can also turn down the unison blend and only use it on the spectra, which creates more random amplitudes in different areas. Turn down the detune. You can always change the vibe here. Bring it up higher to get more crazier chaos. Oh, 2T would be nice on that too. Just bring in the high end. This is just based upon a saw wave. We can always change it. So we could try some other. You can also change the vibe by adding another thing here. Just quantize. There's so much possibility with this, and we haven't even touched other oscillators. We can literally do this to every single oscillator we have. Hell, not even having to keep that oscillator go through our comb filter added a lot of dynamic to it. You can always change the vibe. Very simple, and you could do a lot of things with this. But basically, that's it. Thank you for watching.